Chucktown. Charleston, Chucktown, Chucktown. So in Chucktown, this white woman decided to call the cops. Here we fucking go again. You notice how white people, mostly white women, keep calling the cops on black folk who are not doing nothing but trying to live their goddamn lives? All of a sudden, white women, well, it's because of Trump. All of a sudden, white women have been empowered to make as much fucking trouble for black folk as they possibly can. And they do it without a hood and a sheet. They do it without a Nazi flag. Huh? That's pretty creative. So in this case, a white woman in Charleston, South Carolina, called the police, well, she called 911, on a group of black kids that were holding an anti-violence march. There's a Facebook video now that's gone viral. It shows this white woman making the call while a group of children and their parents stand nearby wearing T-shirts that say, "Guns down, Chucktown," and holding anti-violence signs and flyers. Guns down, Chucktown. Stop the violence.
Hey, Brendan and Carolyn, this viral video right here is just joining the frenzy of a white person calling 911 on a black person. I spoke exclusively to the man who recorded this video, and he wants the woman he calls Gas Station Gail in handcuffs.
Guns down, Chucktown, Otrano Road.
What started as a walk against gun violence ended in this.
I need a police officer now.
Confusion and anguish erupting at Murphy USA gas station in North Charleston as a woman who works at the gas station calls 911 on a group of activists who stopped for food and drinks while on their walk to end gun violence. The woman white and the activist black.
I mean, it's like a riot out here. He's recording us and everything.
Accusing the group of destroying the gas station and causing a physical and verbal disturbance.
They keep turning the pumps off. They're hitting the pump down.
Listen to what she says to the 911 dispatcher.
Are you or anyone else in danger right now?
No, we're just asking for a police officer to get here.
The video of this whole ordeal gets posted to Facebook, immediately goes viral, and now this woman, Brenda Metz, is being referred to as Gas Station Gail, joining the ranks of many others like Corner Store Caroline or Barbecue Becky. All incidents where a white person gets scrutinized by the internet after calling the cops on black people for no apparent reason. I reached out to Metz to get her side of the story, and she didn't want to comment. I did, however, speak to Murphy USA corporate office, who says they're investigating the matter.
Murphy USA is aware of the situation on October 14th, and right now is that they're reviewing the situation and the response with the team.
I spoke exclusively to the man who shot the video.
The only thing I can think in the back of my mind, this woman is crazy.
As a well-known Charleston community activist, Jonathan Thrower says this was concerning, especially because most of those attending the walk were children.
A lot of the children were distraught. You know, they were saying, like, you know, why is it that when we do something good, something still ends up going wrong?
He says he finds it odd that a group of black activists were faced with a racial challenge while advocating for justice and equality, but he used it as a lesson.
This situation is applicable to situations that they're going to get into later on in life. Sometimes you have to swallow your pride, even if you're in the right, and say, you know what, we'll take care of this at a later date. But it's in our best interest and everybody's best interest to walk away professionally with dignity, and then we'll deal with it later on.
Doing exactly that.
Let's go. Let's go.
Thrower now wants to meet with North Charleston police to talk about what happened. He wants to press charges on the woman he calls Gas Station Gail for allegedly making a false 911 call. Live in studio tonight, Deanne Roberts, Count on 2.
The woman who recorded the video, a community activist named Jonathan Thrower, He told the Charleston City paper, that's a weekly alternative paper, that this group went to the Murphy Express convenience store and gas station during the march on Sunday so that some of the kids could buy something to drink. And just then, the white woman pulled in. Bum, bum, bum. And she took a look around. Oh my God, Negroes there, Negroes there, Negroes there. Now the white woman can't fucking read, obviously. Or she would have known, guns down, Chucktown, stop the violence. She would have known. But here's a white illiterate. She couldn't fucking read. But somebody had taught her to use her iPhone. So she did. The white woman pulls up, threatens to call the cops. Mr. Thrower, the civil rights activist, said, quote, I thought she was playing at first. I didn't really think this was going to happen. End quote. But the city paper went ahead and got the recording of the 911 call. And the white lady identifies, the white woman identifies herself as Brenda. Brenda says, quote, they're standing outside the store. They're videoing us and everything. I need a police officer here now. I mean, it's like a riot out here. Little kids with T-shirts. Guns down, Chucktown. It's like a riot out here. Negroes. Brenda tells the 911 dispatcher that the group was, quote, they're blocking the whole business. And you could hear her telling Thrower, Mr. Thrower, the civil rights guy, stop videoing me. The 911 dispatcher repeatedly asks the woman if the group has guns. Oh, fuck. To which Brenda eventually replies, I don't know. She also tells the dispatcher that the group is, quote, absolutely destroying the outside of the store. Mr. Thrower claims in his post that Brenda turns out to be the manager of the gas station part of the little convenience store gas station. A Murphy Express employee would not say yes or no to City Paper as to whether or not Brenda worked at the store. The North Charleston Police Department responded to the scene, but the group had already marched off with their signs and their T-shirts. Stop the violence! Guns down, Chucktown! Mr. Thrower said, quote, the North Charleston Police Department, I applaud them because the guy was like, you know, they're just coming in to purchase something. I'm sure they're not causing any trouble. End quote. P.S. The Stop the Violence marches, of which this was one in Charleston, are intended to bring residents and police together to raise awareness about violent crime and how to work toward peace. Unless you have this bitch fuck Brenda around. There's all these Negroes, and they got signs and shit. They're doing violence. They're ripping the bricks out of the store, and the windows smashed, and the awning is, well, none of that's true, but fuck, it could happen. They're Negroes. Huh? Well, the youngest looks to be, I don't know, shit, what, 11? Why? They're still colored people. Jesus. Oh, Brenda is a Christian. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcast. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.